You know, you're going to get a people in a church with a handful of natures, a handful of different natures. And that means you're going to get people who think the Bible means different things to them than others. Because if you've got people with a different nature, they're going to bend the Bible to suit their nature, obviously. And I think the Bible is very clever. Well, I'm sure it is. I'm sure the Bible is very clever. The Bible knows, if it can know, well, God wrote it. The Bible knows that it can be interpreted in different ways by different people in the church, and that there are people with a handful of different natures in the church. And if someone's got an evil nature, they're going to want to say the Bible means something that suits their purposes, just as somebody with a good nature is going to interpret the Bible on a higher level, a more holy and spiritual and correct level. But you can't say the Bible is correct, because the Bible will be interpreted by people according to their nature. And in a church or even a world, you're going to have people with a handful of different natures who are all going to say the Bible means this or the Bible means this. And they're all going to say it, and they're all going to disagree about what it actually means. They're going to say it's important to do what the Bible means, but they're going to say what the Bible means according to what they want it to mean. And God knows this. And I think it's clever, actually, that the Bible is written in such a way that it can be misunderstood and it can be misinterpreted. And we were reading this parable of the crops and the weeds growing side by side. Well, not side by side, growing all caught up with each other. And I think that means certain people are going to interpret the Bible as like weeds would, and certain people are going to interpret the Bible as crops would. But they're all going to interpret it differently. And this is my point in this video talk. That the Bible is God knows that is going to be interpreted by different, because of the crops and the weeds parable, is going to be interpreted differently by different people. And the Bible is designed in such a way that it can be. But there is only one correct interpretation of the Bible. And yet the Bible is written so that it will be interpreted differently by weeds than by crops. And yet that could be say, oh, well, that means we're in an endless treadmill of strife, trying to resolve what the Bible actually means and get something done about it. But the fact that there is the parable of the crops and the weeds growing intermingled with each other shows that God knows that the Bible is going to be disagreed about as to what it means. And it's written in such a way that it can be interpreted to mean different things to different people. And the fact that there are weeds growing amongst crops. But yet there is only one proper and true interpretation of the Bible. And the person who's in charge, God, or his representative, the Pope, would have to nail his colours to the mast and say he knows what the Bible actually means. And yet there are some people who are interpreting it saying homosexuality is not a sin, that it's man's nature to like other men, which it probably is, but it's definitely probably is a sin. Well, it is a sin. But there are going to be people who say it's not a sin, because they're going to say that the Bible doesn't mean that. They're going to say the Bible is written because its overall purpose is to catch people out and to show them that they're all sinners. There are going to be people who say that. And there are going to be some men who say, thanks to the Bible, I've got children now because I have a nature and I do like other men and I love my wife and I love my children. And people like Jared Padalecki, for example, who likes fashion. He likes wearing shirts and ties and suits. And he is righteous. I think he's because he's Jewish. But he loves his children and he's got children. And that's thanks to the Bible. But there are going to be people who say, no, the Bible is just to catch you out, to show you that you've got a sinful nature. So there are going to be weeds who interpret the Bible to say it means what they say it means. And the purpose of the Bible is the purpose they want to give it. So they're not just going to disagree about what the Bible means, but they're going to disagree about the purpose of the Bible, what the Bible is for. And that's even more serious. That's making me scratch my chin in consideration. What is the Bible's purpose? What is it actually for? Now, there are going to be people in the church who disagree about this, and people who say the Bible is to show you that you're a sinner. And there are going to be other people who say, no, certain people are not sinners, they're saved. And the Bible literally means what it literally says. But you're never going to have resolution, because you've got people in life with a handful of natures, and they're going to interpret the Bible because the Bible is very clever and it can be interpreted according to somebody's nature. It can be, and it will be. And the fact that there is the parable of the weeds growing among the wheat shows that the Bible is going to be disagreed about. But does that mean people shouldn't listen to my videos and understand what my interpretation of the Bible is? No. They should watch my videos and understand my interpretation of the Bible. But there'll be people with the weeds nature who don't agree with me. And I don't mind they don't agree with me, because it says in the Bible they won't agree with me. But there will be people who do agree with me as well. And that's why they should have the opportunity to watch my videos. Yes.